I believe the teacher's role in supporting learning is multifaceted. From the very first day of class, it's important to establish a welcoming and engaging environment for all students. It is important to set clear boundaries and expectations from the very beginning. It is also important to remember to adapt to the needs of all students within reason, and then apply feedback that will foster the desire to improve and grow in their education experience over time. My role to improve planning and practice is constant and ongoing. I do this by evaluating day-to-day lesson plans and reflecting on the learning outcomes within each unit that I teach. I taught my first year of high school health and PE last year. Previously, I had been at the community college level. I have a type A personality, so I strive for perfection, and I was constantly refining strategies that I was using, making adjustments and changes that were necessary to adapt my lesson plans on a week-to-week basis, taking out things that didn't work, improving on the things that did, and making small tweaks when necessary. I also spent a lot of time reaching out to other teachers in the building and administrators to engage and collaborate with them on things that worked, especially the veteran teachers who've been doing it for a long time. Their advice and guidance was always very helpful, and they were always willing to help me when I needed it. I realized at that time that collaboration is extremely important in education and will always be important. I think not just to develop and grow your own classroom, but also to improve kind of the way the entire school functions in the district. I think to raise the bar, if we can kind of be united and work together, then we're going to have more success overall. I honestly can't imagine, like I said, not collaborating with others. My entire teaching career, I think it's going to be important, especially just as a generation of kids change over time. My greatest dispositions are my ability to show compassion and empathy from as far back as I can remember. These have been my dispositions. I believe most kids that I come in contact with in teaching and in coaching know that I care for them beyond the classroom and the court. I make an intentional effort to build relationships with my students and really get to know them. Like I said, beyond the classroom, I think it's important to kind of engage and ask when I know other things that are going on in their life, or there other things they're involved with outside of the health and PE classroom. I think it's always been important to do that in teaching and coaching, but I think now more than ever, it's become extremely important, especially teaching health and knowing the mental health crisis that we're in, especially amongst our youth. I believe I'm very committed to my profession of teaching and learning. I make a concerted effort to grow and adapt on a daily basis, weekly basis, even from one semester to the next. This has been a passion of mine, and I believe it's my responsibility to display and lead by example. Again, especially teaching health and PE, I like to live out what I'm teaching. The disposition that I need to continue working on are setting realistic expectations for all students. I found that to be the most challenging thing that I faced last year because of the wide range of students I had, from the advanced students to the IEP students. It was important to learn how to set expectations where they all were going to be pushed a little bit but be successful. And the one thing I felt like I did is set lower standards so everyone was successful, but then the advanced kids weren't challenged as much as maybe they could be. So that will be an ongoing desire for me to be better at that, and to collaborate with other teachers and find out how they do that in their classroom. Personal biases can impact teaching and learning environments by hindering the learning experience. For some students, it can lead to unfair treatment. Whether it's conscious or not, personal bias can impact classroom dynamics. And again, whether it's intentional or unintentional, I think this can happen. But I mean, it's also, I believe, a natural part because it's of who we are. Our biases develop even with our morals and ethics. So it's important to learn how to display those correctly and to be conscious of our everyday words and actions, and then to foster an environment where we respect everybody else's perspectives and cultures. Upholding and adhering to academic and professional integrity as a teacher and a coach is vital for gaining trust and respect for those that we're entrusted to educate. I believe our actions and the way we do things are a direct reflection of our morals and values, which academic integrity is important on a daily basis. And it's not just important for teaching the course content or student academia, but it's also about shaping responsible, ethical individuals who will contribute to our society in a positive way. We're continuously being a beacon of light and an example in everything that we do.